Welcome to our show, the Success Stories Talk Show, presented by Trident Communications. Hello everyone, I, Alka, would like to introduce our guest for today, Dr. J. Vijayalakshmi who is an author of 5 books so far and is a Triple Crown winner at the Toastmaster International. She has also published over 40 research papers in national and international journals. To know more about her success story and her journey, let's welcome Dr. J. Vijayalakshmi to our show. Hello, Dr. J. Vijayalakshmi. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us today, taking out your precious time for this interview. So we'll just begin with the questions that we have for you. So as we know, you are a writer. So how did you become a writer? How did that happen?
I became writer at the age of 16. And one of my quotes that I wrote in the initial stages of my career is, in the beginning, there is end. And in the end, there is beginning. Yet there is no beginning and no end. So I can relate it to my life also. And writing always inspired me to explore the hidden stories and experience. And there are always unheard and unknown stories always waiting to be explored at all seasons of time. So this is what I actually believe. And initially, what I used to do is I used to write the quotes and poems in a diary, and later books became a reality. And I was also so carried away by the phrase that is Isha Vasya Idam Sarvam. I would like to repeat, Isha Vasya Idam Sarvam. That is, everything is eternal and the whole world is just Paramatma. That is the source of supreme consciousness. So that's how I was burdened with the thought of what do people really seek in life? And is the whole universe just a simulation or an illusion of our senses? And what is our reality as human beings? Like whether we are spiritual beings or social beings was the essence. And it is this aspect which motivated to become a writer. And the writer in me, it visualized the emergence of the soul and also the complexity of spirituality. My search is endless. It is a continuing process. And my writing is also a part of the very complex process of spirituality, that is know yourself. So this is my journey in the literary career.
Okay. So as you told that you have been writing about and you've been thinking about spirituality, yeah. So that is, I guess, how your first book, Quest for God, to Love Beyond Love, came to surface.
Yes.
So tell us something about that.
Okay, so my first book, it is actually based on the eternal search for God. So here there is a central character, that is Meenakshi, who is in search of the infinite and also the meaning of existence. And to speak about the second book, as the name suggests, it is Poems on the Eternal God. Poems on the Eternal God, it deals with the eternity. It deals with the binary opposites. By binary opposites, we can take it as smiles, tears, happiness, sadness, love, hatred, mortality or immortality. So here it is just a temporal state, and also the forever state is also represented. So here we have the four Vedas. That is, I would like to justify the numbers. That is the four Vedas, the 5 essentials of life, the 32 chromosomes, and 64 art forms. That is the 4 Vedas, the 5 essentials of life, the 32 chromosomes, and 64 art forms. Everything is structured around God. So here, basically, the forum and the abode of eternity, it revolves around what is known as the entities of love and also the entity of truth. So I would like to quote from the poetry section. He is the supreme knowledge. He is the supreme knowledge. Yet he abounds in the love of ignorance. He envisages, creates, and recreates the universe and the beyond. So, this is regarding my second book. And my third book, that is Postmodernism, it is based on the theories of postmodernism. Uh, and actually, postmodernism, it deals with rewriting the history. It deals with quests, symbols, new narratives. And in the end, there is a note of positivity. So it is a result of my 4 years of research in PhD. And my fourth book, that is Black, it deals with the essence of horror, ghost, supernatural elements, and rebirth. And as we go deep into our chakras, the color red, it represents the root chakra actually, and orange, the sacral one, yellow, the solar plexus chakra, and green, the heart chakra, sky blue, the throat chakra, and indigo, it represents the third eye. And purple, it represents the crown chakra. And here, if you see, there is no mention of black anywhere. And like most of the times, black is associated with destruction, black is associated with who. So that's why I have entitled my fourth book as Black, which is a tale of unfinished stories. And my latest book, that is Love Beyond Love, it is a bestseller on Amazon for the 5th consecutive week. And we have the themes of feminism, love, and the most important question, that is, who am I? The femininity is a divine aspect, and the role of love. That is, beyond love, there is only love and nothing else. That is, beyond love, there is only love and nothing else is portrayed here. And I am also intrigued by the question that what is the jewel that is hidden in the heart? Is it the soul or is it the mind? And there is a certain chanting which I do before I write, that is Om Mani Padme Hum, which is the essence of spirituality. And in the book, that is Love Beyond Love, I have also mentioned about feminism, and I would also like to quote from it. We played the Chinese whispers. We played the Chinese whispers one-on-one. We played the Chinese whispers one-on-one until the letters SHE, that is she, was reincarnated into HE, that is he. So this is about my books.
So since we know about your books now and that you deal with poetry, so what do you think makes up successful poetry, and what is the secret that you know your audience so well?
Okay. Like you are a success actually when you first compose your work. So like 90% of your job is done. And actually successful poetry, it brings people together by the universal feeling of love, by the universal feeling of joy, and all the deepest feelings of the heart. And you relate yourself with the very vibration of the universe, that is Om. And Om, it is considered to be the sleeping, it is considered to be the dreaming, and also the waking states. And you tune your energy in accordance with the 3 states in order to be successful. And you relate yourself to the readers, and sometimes even all the alphabets of the English language put together cannot describe the happiness, or it cannot describe the sadness of you and me. And it is like portraying the intricate delicacies of life, that the poet is successful. And it is also about the connection with yourself and the other self, which has made me realize the taste of the audience. So this is how I connect with the readers, and this is how I connect with the audience.
So now that you told that when like you have completed your work and that's where 90% of the success lays, I think that is a huge message to the audience that one should believe in themselves and work actually, and that's where the 90% of the work is already done.
Okay.
So, through this huge journey of 5 books and over 40 journals in national and international journals, so there must be somebody who encouraged you or inspired you throughout. Who would be that? Who would be that person?
So it's my family. My father and my mother, they have supported me a lot, and they have inspired me to become a writer. And they also taught me the value of life, and that life is actually a gift to be cherished every day. So actually, born as a human being is the greatest gift on earth. And my husband, he motivated me a lot by his guidance throughout the process of writing and also publication. So this was my inspiration in my journey.
So, tell us something about your about this Toastmaster International thing.
Okay, so I have won triple crown in Toastmasters. So Toastmasters is a wonderful platform where you go, you give speeches. There is no one to teach you. You experiment and you do things on your own, and people will review your speech. So this helps you a lot in improving your communication skills and also in improving your confidence, your determination, and it brings you a tone of positivity in order to face the world. So that is how Toastmasters has helped me to become a successful writer and also a successful orator.
So you said that you started writing at the age of 16. That is usually the age where people decide, like they make career options, they make choices. So at
Yes.
that age, if not writer, then what do you think you would be?
So actually, if not writer, I think I would be a philosopher.
Okay.
So I would be wondering about the various aspects of life and the various aspects of living. And actually, life is nothing but it's a pattern of three thoughts, that is three things or thoughts, that is thoughts, words and action, which is embedded into one. So I would also have done research on the science of soul too.
So, like with so many things going on and so much of writing, how do you balance your personal and professional life?
So it's a little bit difficult to balance personal and professional life, but one has to prioritize between like what is the work of high importance and lesser priorities, and we have to set short term goals first. And most of the writing, I prioritize the task according to the requirement of my health, personal and also professional strands. And being happy is just managing time properly, and curbing time, it actually leads to stress, and it actually leads to a kind of imbalance. And in order to balance personal and professional life, the 24 hours of a day should be managed properly. So that is why I actually manage my time.
So you said shorter goes first, and then that will help in the long run. So
Yeah.
what would be true happiness and achievement for you?
Okay, so here, true happiness is being content and happy with whatever you do. And if you see, happiness is just a state of mind, and it oscillates between the states of the body and the soul. And actually, it is the work of the hormones. That is, the hormones in your body, they rise and they fall throughout the day. For example, you have cortisol, which wakes you up, and you have melatonin, which leads you to sleep. And there are hormones to tell you that you are hungry, you are happy, you are sad. So one such hormone is serotonin, which is the feel good hormone. So if your mind says yes to something and your heart says no, then don't do such a task. But if your mind says no and the heart says yes, even then don't do it. And it is when your heart and your mind says yes, you can do it. For it is to be considered to be the voice of your soul and the voice of true happiness. So this is how I consider happiness in my life.
So now that you told us about achievement and true happiness, so what would be success for you?
Success, it is just a relative measurement. Actually, it is a parameter to judge your accumulations of a lifetime. So it is basically not about quality. So I would just like to quote from my latest book, that is Love Beyond Love. That is, life offers us two choices. Life offers us two choices, either to be a winner or to be a loser. Either to be a winner or to be a loser. Sometimes the winner does not attain peace and the loser conquers the heaven of peace. Sometimes the winner does not attain peace and the loser conquers the heaven of peace. So here I consider that tomorrow it is just a sphere of living which is slipped into different frames of existence. And the past, the present, and the future, they are just cliches. And as you see, today is considered to be the most successful day as we are alive and we can do anything. And with bliss and happiness, we can be mindful of our presence. So this is how I consider success in my life.
So since 5 books, like that is a way long journey. Do you have like a future projects? And if yes, then please tell us something about that.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, my future project is to write a collection of poetry on God. And I would also like to write a self-help book on success and time management. So this is my future project and plan.
And I really wish for you that the book works out really fine for you, because you are here at a success story show and you are sharing your journey here. So I just hope that this book is going to be a bestseller.
Thank you.
And so is there a message that you would like to, put it out to the writers and the people associated with your books?
Yeah, like my message to the aspiring writers would be like, work hard and try to leave your footprints and never ever lose hope. And if you see in the history of mankind or literature, and many great poets, they have achieved success post their lifespan, and many great writers, they had their works rejected first. And what is the most important thing in success and happiness is that your passion and your love for writing. And if you do your work with passion and love, definitely your work will be recognized. So this is the message I would like to give to aspiring writers.
And since like this is going to be the last question, not exactly a question, a message for our viewers who are watching this. So what would be that message?
I feel that everyone is gifted with talents, but these talents, they are hidden. And the successful people are those who have identified their talent, they have identified their potential, and the other section, I would not name them failures, but the other section, they are always in search of the talent, they are looking for their potential. And it is also important to tap the unlimited possibilities of life as human beings. So this is the message that I would like to give to the audience. And I would also like to quote from my book, which is related to the message to the audience. This is from the latest book. So this is regarding binary opposites. As is the body, so is the soul. As is the sign, so is the structure. As is the atom, so is the universe. As is the pain, so is the success. As is the chaos, so is the relief. As is the binary opposite, so is the unity of order. And finally, as is the dualism, so is the identity. So this is the message to the audience. It is regarding the binary opposite. Yeah.
Those are some like truly inspiring words, and we really hope that the audience takes it and like applies this to their life.
Okay.
So no, actually we want to thank you for taking out such precious time and sharing your journey and these words of wisdom with our audience and with us.
Thank you. So I'd like to thank you and also Trident Communication for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to share my views and thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. J. Vijayalakshmi ji. It was a pleasure talking to you, and that you were here. You could join us today. Also, it is for the audience that stay tuned, guys, for more such exciting interviews and episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Until then, stay safe.